Today's episode is brought to you by Mugsy Jeans, Best Fiends, and Stamps.com, but we'll have a little bit more on that a bit later. Let's get on with the show first. Hi, I'm Dr. Drew, and this is Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children. Hey everybody, welcome to another Dr. Drew After Dark. I appreciate you all sending me those voice messages at 818-253-1693, 818-253-1693. We appreciate you supporting the show. We appreciate you supporting the people that sponsor the show so we can keep doing this thing. And of course, your emails at drdrewafterdark@gmail.com, DRDRW afterdark@gmail.com. And of course, merch at merchmethod.com/Tom Segura. You know what I'm talking about. Be that as it may, time for our, how should we frame this? Command performance from Josh Potter. Josh, welcome.
Hey, how are ya?
Good to see you again.
Thanks for having me on.
It's been so long since I've seen you, except I see you every week.
Yeah.
So Bills fan, I didn't know that.
Oh, big time. I mean, it's my everything. Is there...
Now you've got something to root for.
Are sports addiction... Well, that's true, too. Yeah. Is sports addiction a thing? Like, I don't gamble necessarily.
Yeah, it's more of a compulsion and other things, and has effects on relationships if you get too involved with, getting onto something here. What's happening?
It could affect a relationship. Yeah. I can see that happening.
Yeah, but it doesn't progress. You know what I mean? Real addictions progress.
I see.
And this is a pretty, what you are is sort of what you are. And it usually comes from your family of origin and the culture you come from. And so, there are a lot of other things like that in life.
Because I'm obsessed with like money lines and...
What's a money line? Like
in gambling senses. Like I look up all the lines for the games, like in terms of gambling. The over, the under.
Oh.
And I keep them in a little book, but I never bet the money.
Why?
Because...
Why do you keep them?
Because I'm obsessed with them, and I'd like to someday get good enough where I can, if I have the money, bet it.
I see. So you're
I'm
studying.
Practicing.
You're studying.
Yeah.
How are you doing so far?
I do pretty good, but but I figure it's because I have no consequences. I'm like gambling in a way that I like. There's nothing on the line, and I'm getting lucky.
But that's what That's what real disciplined gambling is, right? You shouldn't get emotional,
right?
But if you're being honest about what you're reporting and what your results are, then that will be your result. If you can keep the emotions out. The problem is. Yeah, emotions always get in there a little bit.
Because like when I add money to it, I feel like it'll fuck up my my barometer.
Your judgment, yeah, it does. You might start doing more, too much, too little. Who knows? Well, we'll see. I'm feeling it's coming. So you've been touring with Tom during Sober October.
I haven't been on the road with him yet during Sober October. I will be next week. We're going to Europe.
Just you and he, or is
just the two of us?
No cross section with Bert along the way.
Nope, Bert is. I believe he's doing his tour in the United States. He was just in Buffalo last.
Tom seemed good. I did a pod with him a couple weeks ago or a week ago, and he seemed fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
This is easy for him. In fact, he's more looking at it as something to explore things he wouldn't otherwise do, like using guns and stuff.
Yes, like that. He's getting a lot out of it. I think. Yeah. I've been on the road with him in past Sober Octobers. And there have been nights where like he'll just be drinking a coffee and I'll have a whiskey and he'll be like, "This kind of sucks." But
but
it's
then
not
does he
like
say, "Let's go do something sort of mind expanding"? Let's go. I mean, he's supposed to be trying things he hasn't tried.
Oh, that's
before.
This time. But I'm saying in years past, I've been on the road with him where that's happened.
So you're going to Europe. So are there places where you imagine he might look for more mind expanding, educational, or experiential kinds of things? I mean,
I'd hope so. I mean, I don't know what we're going to do over there. We're going to be in these places.
I mean, you're going to be in Prague
for a very short of time.
Go see the Kafka Museum in Prague or something.
We won't be in Prague. We'll be in Budapest in the beginning. That's the first place. And then we go to like Berlin and Amsterdam and France.
How does this work that you go to all these non-English speaking countries and have
I'm going to find out. I have no idea.
Who sets it up?
I mean, Tom gets booked there because he's popular all over the world. He's global, so
and so it's got to be English speaking or Americans that are there.
We're gonna find out, Dr. Drew. I have no fucking idea.
You keep any kind of chronicle?
I'm gonna go. My strategy, and I said this with Tom. We had a little powwow about it. I said I'm gonna go over there and just do what I do, and then I'm gonna, take the first show and be like, okay, well they didn't get this, that, the other thing. And I'll realize it probably. I won't realize it till I'm in the moment, unfortunately.
You'll chronicle all that.
Yeah.
You'll keep it for him so he can adjust his.
Well, for me, he's doing whatever he wants.
Oh, you're doing stand up too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought you were somehow just being like a tour
Oh,
manager.
no.
Oh, wow. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, so-
And who knows what landmines you could step on.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna walk right onto them. I'm just gonna do like I walk into a room blind and then just deal with it.
Literally in your case.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
I understand. Okay. Are you going to make fun of anything about yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna do what I do, and
Tell me what the highlights are.
I'll do the place that I could get into some murky waters that I'm worried about is just talking about some things that are American. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what an example is yet because I haven't done it.
I think fertile soil for you would be the not coming. It's a universal.
Oh, no, that's in
zone.
there. That'll be in there. There's a lot of universal things that
Yeah.
I have. There's maybe a small chunk where I just wonder if I make a reference or a tag or something that has a reference to something
You'll find out.
inherently American that
Yeah.
I don't even realize it is yet,
Yeah. Or unless it's all Americans in there looking for those kinds of.
And that could be something
yeah.
I find out as well,
And have you ever been to those countries or cities before?
A few of the ones that we are going to, I've been to in the past. I actually decided I wanted to do comedy when I went to Europe, like when I dropped out of school and just went there with my cousins. And then I was like, when I get home, this is when I really...
How in the world did that happen in Europe?
I don't know. I was just doing drugs and I was like seeing the world, So I'm like, man, I gotta get home and really like work on this hard, like if I want to do it,
So you were already toying with it at that point.
Yeah, I had done maybe like 2 sets or something like that.
Were you high on acid and had a vision or anything?
Well, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that's kind of exactly the way that
How
it
did
went.
I know that? So
It
let's
wasn't
hear more.
acid, but it was opium. But
Okay.
yeah, no, and I was I was seeing the world, and
No. Take me about what you were seeing on the opium.
I wasn't really. It wasn't a seeing thing. It was just like I was inside myself, and I knew like when I get home, I just dropped out of school. I was like doing radio, and I knew that like I had to do comedy for real if I wanted to do it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you have to do it every day
As a discipline.
or as often as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to get disciplined, and I wasn't. And I was like, when I get home, I'm gonna make sure that I'm disciplined about it.
Being disciplined does not sound like a normal thought on opium.
Right, but when it comes to comedy, it is.
I know, I understand, but it's the fact that it occurred while you were on opium seems weird to me. If you were on acid, I get it. Pot, maybe.
I don't know. It just was like a
Opium.
body thing. Like I don't know. I was just sitting in a lounge chair, like by a pool, and I was just
I'm a sack of shit lying here, and I better
Yeah.
do. Okay, that makes more sense now.
yeah. I was just, and it was nighttime. Like the pool was closed, and I was just laying there looking at the sky, and I was like, man, when I get home, I want to see the world for work.
And here it is.
Here I am.
Here it
Yeah,
comes.
exactly.
Good for you. Full circle.
Hell yeah.
All right, man.
A
I want to hear all.
decade later.
But will you please do like some posting so we can watch it or
Oh sure,
see how it goes?
100%. And
That'll
then
be-
we're gonna be in London on Halloween, so I'm sure Tom's Sober October when it ends, it'll be
That'll be cool.
London style.
When is that?
I don't even know. Oh, that's Halloween. That's Halloween.
Halloween to be.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God, that's coming fast.
Yeah.
Oh my
it is.
God. So you're going to go a day in each country?
Yep.
Huh. Why not take it a little slower?
I don't know. I didn't make it.
He wants to come back and
I'm
do
just
his kids.
going along for the ride,
Good
baby.
for him, man.
I'm just wherever he tells me to go, I go.
So we're going to get into it soon regarding Robert Paul. So
Yeah.
stay tuned. You do not want to miss this. We got some ideas coming here. And so you're still not coming.
No, yeah, it's fine. No, I'm having fun.
Are you have a girlfriend now?
No.
Oh.
I'm just out there. Like I'm dating. Like last year living in LA when I just worked in an office or whatever, I had no friends. I wasn't meeting women nearly at all. And this year has been quite the opposite. So
Good. And any more performance issues? Or you
oh sure, they're there all the time, but it's fine. And
your partner's been accommodating?
yeah, they've been some of them even know about it going in.
Oh.
So it's like they're like, whatever, who gives a shit? So that's the way I feel about it.
Good times. I like that.
Hell
I
yeah.
like that. Yeah. And speaking though of coming, and getting a little bit closer to Robert Paul, which I'm going to do maybe some voice message before we go to him. But he sent us a video that Tom and I watched that was, I don't know what to call it, concerning.
By the way, to clear that up, he did not send it to us. One of our fans sent it to us. It's
Right.
not-
Did I say he sent
It's
it to us?
actually from his YouTube channel.
It's interesting
and,
to me the things I say that I don't know I'm saying. Yes. So he sent out, he put out a YouTube video, right, that someone
right.
sent us.
He
yes.
puts out YouTube video. Well, he put out YouTube videos, I should say, because once we were made aware of this and played it on your mom's house unfortunately, since then, YouTube has taken his channel down.
Right.
And I hate to be the bearer of bad news in that way, but he is now back on Instagram. He's going to get the app installed. It's taking him some time.
To install Instagram app?
Yes. It's a thing that I've noticed with him that the phone, it'll take a little coaching. So I'm working on it.
So he can do Instagram, but he can't download the app?
I think he's going through his browser to Instagram.
Oh, it's so much more difficult.
I know.
Is most of his stuff on the computer? Is that why maybe?
He has that too. He has a computer
Maybe it's
as well
computer.
that we gifted him.
So, but I really felt like that video did indeed cross some sort of threshold.
Which, the video, the documentary?
No, I want to see. We're going to look at that in a minute.
Oh, okay. Have you watched the full-length documentary?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, the one
okay.
you did.
Yes.
Yeah. So you
Yes.
think that was? I didn't see anything like that.
I just
on
was
it.
wondering how much if you just saw these clips, or if you had seen him in a long-form sense.
I think I'd seen the long form. Yeah.
Okay.
But I felt like this was something that he might have been doing on these various platforms, but we all just didn't know it.
Oh, no, he was. I knew it. I mean,
Okay.
if you watched
All right.
enough of it, you knew.
All right.
But
'Cause
not necessarily to this extent.
So this was a particularly dramatic rendition.
This had a conclusion to it. Usually you're left on a cliffhanger if
I
you
see.
catch my drift.
He accidentally maybe did that.
Yeah.
It seemed a little accidental, though. Once he leaned in, once the accident
Yeah,
occurred.
he's a real true performer. He
Should we? I have such mixed feelings about playing this again.
well, let's play it, and then I can make you feel better.
Okay,
about it,
all right, here we go. I'm gonna just cover my eyes for a minute. Go ahead.
You know how to do, man. Yeah. I'm gonna come now. I'm coming. Oh, wow. Oh, baby. Get oh, yeah. Yeah.
What a banger! You know what I think is going on there? Like, if you want me to tell you,
I want to first say I apologize for anybody that was affected by it.
why would they be
And
affected? You think?
I think it's a little bit.
Do you
I
think
feel
it's
like I saw
triggered?
something I wasn't supposed to see. It's all.
Well-
and then I felt like it was on a roller coaster. I got closer. I really tried to get on the roller
That's
coaster.
our whole lives seeing what we're not supposed
I suppose
to see.
that's true. So, what is your take?
What I think was happening there,
Yeah.
the reason, because we discussed its length, and it's like, how long are you going to come? And,
Who's we?
you know, everybody, I think the lexicon, the
Right
world.
around here. Yeah.
So,
these parts.
yes, exactly.
These
So
are
what
parts.
I think is happening is he was about to come, and then he realized, you know, like sometimes you're like, okay, now I'm on camera. You lose it for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So he then played it up and got himself back to that moment.
But I think maybe in the past he sort of would back off, like you said, get to the
Oh,
cliff.
yes, exactly.
This size, he sort of accidentally.
Right, he
and
was
once-
like at a crossroads, and he picked the
well,
road less
I think
traveled.
his body picked it, and then he picked leaning into it.
Exactly.
Now, my question though is, do you think that's really what he's out for? He really doesn't want some guy to come and beat him up and piss on him. He actually wants to just do this weirdness, his thing on the video or
Well,
in social media.
If I were to venture to guess,
Yeah.
I would say it's
You
a
know
bit
him better
of,
than all of us.
I would say it's a bit of column A and column B.
So
you
he
know?
would happily accept somebody, but that never happens.
Yeah, I don't think that ever happens.
Yeah.
And
so it ends up being just sort of a fantasy thing he acts out.
Yes.
Because the rap is always the same.
it's always
It's like a ritualistic rap.
But here's the thing: it sometimes differs in that if you watch his YouTube collections, he always gets to that same point at the end, but he likes to dress it up sometimes. Sometimes he dresses up as a cop and he's Officer Cum Dump. Sometimes he dresses up as a coach of a football team and he's what's the coach? Is it Coach Cum Dump maybe?
Why not?
It might just be that. He is so creative in his costuming.
Not by the name, though. The name pretty much
Cum Dump
uncreative.
seems to be a standard,
That's
but
a
that's
staple.
hey, you know, that's his art. And he also did like he had one where he was saying like if you're a like he's getting political with it.
Oh.
If you're a Black Lives Matter person and you want
Oh.
to take revenge out on a white person,
Oh, look at that. Look at him.
I think that's genius.
It is kind of
It's so
genius.
creative.
It's marketing.
And it's a shame that YouTube is preventing him from giving us his art because I mean I miss it.
I want to see what goes on in Coney Island. Where he does. Did
there's
you go?
there's some video of that I think, where what he does is he performs
Karaoke.
extravagant karaoke. He wears
Extravagant
costumes.
karaoke.
Sometimes he brings a guest on, so he says. I've never
here's
seen that.
something.
Is this Coney Island footage?
No, this is the house tour, but I have the house tour open and I have his current Instagram profile.
Oh, there's a lot of action going on.
He just got up, I think.
Oh boy.
See if he has in the tagged portion of his Instagram. This isn't new, by the way. This has been up, but he's been back on
Actor, singer.
See if there's
he calls
anybody-
himself a porno actor.
Yeah, he wants. That's what he really did. Well, he is a porno actor. We just saw some of his work.
No, but I mean that's what I'm saying. I think that's what he wants to be doing. Is that? Oh my God! Look at the picture.
If you can see if in the tagged portion, if the Coney Island video, because the person some stranger posted it on Instagram shortly after the documentary aired on YouTube. So I mean, if it's anywhere, it's there. But I did see some footage of it at one point.
Crazy!
These are fan art. This is all fan art.
Oh my goodness! I hope you
get
have put that up somewhere. Can we?
Oh, it's everywhere. I mean, there's so much of it, Dr. Drew. It's difficult to put all
fan
of it
art
up.
is extraordinary.
Now let's see the fan art, extraordinary fan art. Let's go to his curation.
And what is he thinks he's what's the comedian's name I'm looking at? Oh well,
that's Crystalia.
Crystalia. He thinks he's
someone
Crystalia?
tagged. I think maybe Crystalia may have tagged him.
I
in
see.
Something.
Okay, got it.
But now this is his portion. There's nothing going to be on here explicit because
a lot of cat video.
Yep, that's Ashley.
Barbie?
His cat. Okay, so the dolls. He has many a doll in his home that he creates wardrobes for.
This one looks. Does he?
This one's scary. I don't. Maybe it's a Halloween.
Yeah. Homage.
Doll.
But
But he has a very beautiful one on there. I believe
he's
right
only
by
doing
that.
pictures. He doesn't do videos. Is there an
Well,
Instagram
that's
story?
because the app isn't installed. You see.
What is that? Oh my God!
I don't know. What is
He's got a
that? I
clip
can't
on
make
his-
it
That's
out.
his nipple.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's nipples with clips on it. He's doing some clips. You see.
I see. I do see.
Yeah, and I mean, sitting down with him in his home, you see these things in these short clips and these pictures, and you think like, this is a depraved man. And
well,
while that exists,
Depraved.
he's also a very sweet man.
Oh, is he?
Yes, he's very kind, very in an almost childlike way.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
That's
like
what some of the stuff seems like. And unless when he gets into these characters, they're a little harsher.
No, the characters are fucking disgustingly brutal. But he himself, behind the character, behind the hats and the jewelry, is a very innocent sounding, childlike man in his exchanges with you.
Did you ever meet the mom?
No, I've only met him once, and the mom has been long since passed.
And so I'm wondering what she worried about, like how he was going to sustain himself. How does he sustain himself?
I believe it is at the government's behest, if you know what I'm saying.
Really?
Because his
So he's
home
like
is in
high pitch, yeah.
He is in Section 8 housing for sure.
Okay.
And it's a housing project that I'm sure he's been in for quite some time.
Look at that
based off of
dollhouse.
Yes, that's in his bedroom. This is another doll of his that he made the outfit for, and he has these all up in his home everywhere.
And he makes all this stuff?
That's what
Oh
he
my
says.
God, this is fascinating.
And this is the dollhouse that he has in his bedroom.
And how does he get Section 8 I get, but how does he get the rest of the welfare?
This I do not know.
What's his
Dr. Drew.
disabilities, if I didn't
don't know the safety net that is installed in New York City, but I mean he's getting something. He's living somehow.
Does he drink a lot? I see a lot of alcohol.
Well,
there.
he does have some alcohol every now and again, but he cuts it, if you will, and he mixes it with his a different. Sometimes you throw
Water.
orange juice in there.
Yeah.
Well, he uses urine.
What?
Yeah. He makes.
Is that what's in that bottle? Look at that.
It
Looks
could
like
be. There was a few bottles that had urine in it when I was
What
there.
the hell?
And he drinks that and sometimes tops off his drinks on the streams that he used to do. You'd see him, he'd top it off there and take a swig.
Is that just to impress, or is he really think like that other one we watched that thinks she's doing something healthy?
Having been in there, I think he just enjoys the taste. And from the documentary, I discussed drinking urine with him, and he claims that there was a gay bar that he used to go to back in the 80s where it was a prerequisite. Like, you want to hang out here, you're going to drink piss.
So it's like a
Like
rite of passage.
Everyone was drinking piss. The way he makes it sound, it's like, cocaine in the 80s. Everyone was drinking piss.
Huh.
What do you think? I mean, have you ever drank piss as a medical study?
They've done it. People have done that.
I didn't know if they make you. They're like, this is what piss tastes like. You have to know.
No, that's not part of our training. So
he claims that he can discern his friends through their piss. Like when he was drinking at that bar, I was like, did you know when it was like Larry's piss? And he's like, yeah, you could tell from the color.
How long were you in his presence?
About an hour and a half.
Oh, we got to go back.
All right.
How did you know when you were done?
When the shoot ended, we got a tour, and then I thanked him for having us in his home, and I said our so longs.
And then now you've continued to remain his...
Well, yeah, since we've, been playing his videos and his content and spreading the word about him, sometimes I worry about him because people have gone to visit him, by the way, like civilians. And so I just check in to make sure he's happy and okay and... happy enough, or at least the same as he was
Have the
before
YMH fans been kind to him?
Everyone has been very kind for the most part. Sometimes he says he gets some bad messages online, but he gets more sad than he gets about it than anything else. I think the most aggressive he got was toward you.
Right, where I was Colonel Sanders or something.
Yeah, but again, I think that is all deflection.
Bluster. It's bluster.
Yes, exactly.
Bluster. And by the way, if Colonel Sanders is out there, happily take that job.
You should. I mean, I can't believe they haven't made you do it. They just had fucking Rudy do it.
I know, they're still doing it. I saw a new ad today.
Yeah.
Oh, so here is that particular, and this was an Instagram story, was it not? Yeah, it looks like.
Yes.
So how did he do that without that?
Well, he had when we gave him his new iPhone, it was,
it was on.
I should have set it all up, and I did not, and I apologize to the world.
Robert Polch.
That was his old account, you see. That one got shut down, unfortunately.
Yeah. Dr. Drew, what's Dr. Drew saying about me? Yeah, probably negative. Well, I couldn't care about Dr. Drew. Because Dr. Drew to me is a fucking moron. I was never molested a kid. I'm not unhappy. I'm not I got a brain, okay? Very intelligent. Very, very intelligent. I don't think Dr. Drew can compare to my brain. Only Dr. Drew compared to is a goddamn fucking chicken head.
So I'm not prepared for his brain, is that what he said? Because that would be accurate. That would be true. So the more sweet side of him is in contradistinction to the porn character he plays on video.
Also, I think here what you're witnessing, and we see this with everyday people on social media, he thinks you're a hater.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He thinks you're a hater, and he's lashing out.
It's fine. I get it, and we're going to go make peace.
Yeah, no, I want that to happen in the worst way.
Nadav gets giddy. He's like, you back there when we even suggest it.
Well, you're saying that you want to go to New York and hang out with Robert Paul Champagne, and I'm just saying I can't wait to see that footage.
I'm going there next week. Is any part of the European tour swing through New York?
I think we discussed the days that I'd be there, and I just miss you.
Ugh.
But I mean, by all means, the address. The world knows the address.
I think, and I don't need security or anything to do it.
I didn't have any. It was me and a camera
I mean,
guy.
is it okay? I mean, the hood's okay. Not. It's a little rough, I'm sure.
I went in the daytime, and it didn't seem bad. It's 2 train stops away from Manhattan, like the heart of Manhattan.
It's
a crazy location. Yeah, it's
Harlem.
it was 2 train stops away from Midtown.
Right, like the A or the C or something.
I got on near like Trump Tower, and I got off 2 stops away, and I was right outside.
Oh, it's on the east side?
Yeah.
It's on the east side.
I guess. I think
Trump Tower on 5th Avenue, not the Trump Hotel at Columbus Circle.
Right, where they have AK-47s outside and shit. That one. And then, I mean, I thought when I went in there, it's a little dicey in terms of it looks like it's got like all those bricks and shit, like it looks like it's from the 40s or 50s or something, like as a building. But the space, I mean, if you cleaned out all his stuff and like had that as an apartment.
They're big, they're nice.
It's big.
Yeah, so it's crazy. They sort of look like the best that the Soviet Union had to offer in 1965.
Exactly.
That's what we did in 1965. It was us. But they were nice apartments.
They're huge. And I was like, I would pay if whatever. I mean, shit. Like, it looked like a good place to live for me. Like if I wanted to go to New York,
Yeah. No, I get it. This is
Look at how big I mean, you'll see it in this video here.
Should we do a little bit of it now?
And this has a bit of clutter. So, I mean, imagine it.
A little hoarding stuff going on?
There's a hoarding situation indeed. Yes.
Of course.
I don't want to demean it by calling him that. But
No, that's not. Listen.
I know.
We know he's got some mental health something, right?
Yes.
And look at him.
He has no pants on, for the record.
Why?
Because he didn't wear pants the entire... That, by the way, okay, I should pause it for a moment. When you go visit him, I should warn you, he won't want to wear pants.
Okay.
That's what makes him most comfortable.
Well, good times.
Okay, so go ahead.
Keep going. I mean,
so there's
it's
no
a wonder
sound,
he can't get a job.
But here we are. I don't know that he can't get it. He maybe doesn't want to.
I got to say, I get I get the extreme creativeness, right? He's extremely creative.
Well, that's the thing. This is the thing about Robert Paul Champagne that scares me the most.
I hope everyone was talking about Robert Paul because I'm fascinated.
That's
Go ahead.
fine. Well, the thing that scares me the most is I feel like I'm 5 catastrophic things away from being Robert Paul Champagne. In terms of the hoarding and like isolation.
You would need probably a head injury to get there, but you're close.
I don't know,
you're
Dr.
close.
Drew.
What you mean, like some bad choices, or some drugs, bad trip, or something?
I don't know. It's just some bad things happen to me where my life seems hopeless. Because
here's the real hoarding stuff. Here.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And this is what scares me because
What's
every now and then
what
I go.
Is that his doll collection?
Well, yes, he has his. Those are his dolls. If you look over to the right there, those are just some of them.
I this is my thing with this guy. It's a lot of the YMH videos. I see the deep sadness. I feel it.
Exactly.
I see it. And so the characters that he puts on in the crazy videos, I just get sad because it's just like, it feels like a desperate attempt. And what we're looking at is him with his dolls and hearts and together. And we're, I love you. And like, ain't happening in his life.
And you're summing up the reason I've stayed in touch because I just don't want him to like,
bad.
Exactly.
I don't want to get sucked into that rabbit hole, but here
You
we go.
are going.
Here we go. What's the back there? What's the back?
So then we're going back to his bedroom if you keep going.
Is that something he painted or drew?
Oh, behind him there? Yeah, that's some artwork he made. This is all these things he's
that
created.
Picture of Eddie Munster?
Yep. Oh, the Eddie Munster is a poster, probably.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say,
but that cat, I mean, I don't know. He just collects these things and it's like almost organized.
Yeah, I get it. It looks like my office.
This is his...
Is he a Virgo?
This isn't his like bedroom. It's like his spare bedroom, which is wild. He just has a room like this.
Like you said, you got lots of room.
That's what I'm saying. I'd live in this fucking apartment.
Hell yeah,
it's
you
so
would.
Close to Manhattan.
And you'd rent a room to somebody else. And
hell yeah. I'd make bank.
Yeah.
How do you get one of those?
I don't know.
So here he is. Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
So what are you seeing over here?
So it's like a little, first of all, it's an homage to Mardi Gras because there's beads everywhere.
That's jewelry. His jewelry he makes.
And it also looks like, what do they call it in Venice where they wear the masks? There's a name for that. He seems to be pretending he's in celebrations of some type. And then there's dolls and artwork and dolls and doll houses. And what's behind him over his left shoulder there, right in the middle of that blue thing?
I can't tell from here, unfortunately.
And it's like Chinese lanterns.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
But I was thinking the blue thing in the middle, not on the left. Over his left shoulder, not our left. So our right. There, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, keep going. It's quite a thing. He's showing you his beads. I'm actually surprised that he doesn't have a little community around him.
He gave this to Christina. These are the gifts that he's passed along.
But literally, I mean, New York it celebrates unusual,
He claims that he had a community with the gay bars, and the leather bars.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense.
That community evaporated.
He just needs to find a new one.
He's an older man now,
Yeah, it's a different
and that's
thing.
part of the thing that scares me about the future.
For you?
Because when who knows what I'm going to be when I'm older.
He's also, when you keep paying attention, maybe you'll avoid that.
I am trying.
But, the Beatles had a famous statement where they were asked, what about the birth control pill and the sexual revolution? And they go, I don't know. I think it's going to be a whole lot of lonely old people. Isn't that crazy? It's an interesting observation. We don't think about that today.
And how much will phones and casual sex expedite that?
Make it worse.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, let's take a quick break and tell you about our first sponsor, Mugsy Jeans, the most comfortable men's jeans ever made. That's no exaggeration. Mugsy's are real jeans that literally feel as comfortable as sweatpants. I love jeans like this. The magic is in the Mugsy proprietary fabrics, which include a blend of high-tech material that makes these jeans mind-blowingly soft and flexible. Best of all, Mugsy comes in a stylish fit that is not too baggy, but not too tight. But it's like a sweatpant anyway. It's the way it feels anyway. The magic is their proprietary fabric. Again, it's a high-tech material. Makes these jeans so soft. Mugsy comes in a stylish fit. You look even better than you feel. If you want comfortable jeans that look good, Mugsy Jeans are for you. These guys at Mugsy are so confident you will love them. They offer free USA shipping and returns, so your comfort is literally 100% guaranteed. Do your legs a favor. Grab your own pair of jeans that are sweeping the nation by heading to Mugsy.com. That is Mugsy.com. Use the code DRDREW and you get $10 off. Again, this, how we get these deals. Mugsy.com. Use code Dr. Drew, DRDREW, for $10 off. Again, grab your own pair right now. Head to Mugsy.com, Mugsy.com. Use code Dr. Drew. Next up is our friends at Best Fiends. It's a casual game that anyone can play. It's made for adults, but you can spend as much as little time. You can play with your kids. That's right. How much do you play? What level you get to? It's all up to you. And of course, the graphics are pretty amazing. The characters, most of them, they're cute and they're bugs. And then the challengers, the ones that are antagonists, they are slugs. See how that works? It's a unique and exciting puzzle experience, unlike other puzzle games out there. Best Fiends updates the game monthly with new levels and events, so it never gets old. And if you find yourself playing in some random weird places, like random times, and it's the kind of thing where you could be, you could be doing a podcast and be just distracted by your Best Fiends. Engage your brain with fun puzzles, collect tons of the cute characters. It is a 5-star rated mobile puzzle game with over 100 million downloads globally. That's right, download for free. Download for free on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That is Friends Without the AR, Best Fiends. Well, of course, now our friends at Stamps.com. I wonder why people go to the post office anymore. It makes no sense at all. Anything you do at the post office, you can do at Stamps.com. Stamps.com eliminates trips to the post office and saves you money with the discounts you can't even get at the post office. So save time, save money. Why are you not using Stamps.com? They bring all the services of the U.S. Postal Service right to your computer and printer, whether you're a small office sending invoices or an online seller shipping out products, or maybe even a warehouse sending out thousands of packages. Stamps.com can help you handle it all with ease. Simply use your computer to print official U.S. postage 24/7, any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere you want. And once your mail is ready, just hand it over to the post person. Stamps.com is a no-brainer. Saves time, save money. It's no wonder over 700,000 small businesses already use Stamps.com. Do not spend 1 minute of your holiday season at the post office this year. God, oh my God, it's the worst. So don't spend a minute of your holiday at the post office this year. Sign up for Stamps.com instead. There's no risk with my promo code DRDREW. You get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale and no long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, type in DRDREW, that is Stamps.com, enter Dr. Drew, Stamps.com, never go to the post office again. Now let's get back into our show. So I noticed a little teeth action with RPC. Like the teeth aren't good.
Well, I mean,
very bad sign. Very bad sign.
He doesn't leave the home.
I understand, but in the YMH world, bad teeth is what we call pathognomonic.
Yeah.
It's a sign of stuff, as is the hoarding. Well,
do you want to attempt to reach out to him before you go visit?
Like call right now?
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the visit first.
Okay.
Like what's it going to be like? Am I going to have to knock on the door? I have to set it up ahead of time?
Well, I did set it up ahead of time, but that was no bearing on its success.
No guarantee of anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but he probably prefers that though, right?
I think so.
And
I mean, I think it's a courteous
door?
thing to
Of
do as
course.
a professional.
Of course. And he answers the door if you show up?
He did for me. He's done it for some of these fans that have shown up.
Have the fans done any videos? Can we see
They
fan
have.
videos?
I don't know where those would be. And I don't know that I'd want to encourage more people to go do that. But
Right.
they are out there, what have you, and he's been nice to those people, and thank God they've been nice back.
Yeah.
And just unfortunate that he hasn't had any of the types of people that he'd like to come by,
So I'm nervous about, being able to get rapport with him. Like, I don't know how angry he's going to be.
Well, he wasn't an angry. He was more nervous, I think, than we were of him.
Oh, really?
And he maybe didn't let that on. He had no pants on, but he was, he was shy. I don't think he gets a lot of visitors. So I think, when someone finally said they were coming, and they did, he was kind of shocked.
Was it trouble leaving after an hour and a half, or do you want to keep you?
He didn't necessarily want to. I don't know if it was just us being good about saying we had to go.
Getting in and getting out. Well, that's the part that concerns me, because I'm a big old codependent, and I'm worried that I'm going to push a couple buttons where I start getting sucked into a vortex from which I cannot emerge.
Well, as a person who is down in the bottom of it, maybe then, I don't know. But
how often are you talking to him?
he'll DM me on Instagram, and it'll be very simple. It'll just say, like, made a new video, and I say, that's great, Robert, and
watch me come.
he doesn't ever say anything filthy. He's always respectful. He's never, like, solicited me.
I want to go talk. You did not really. You just did a tour, really, right? You didn't.
I sat down. I did a whole 45-minute interview with him.
Did you get into what the characters are all about and what he hopes to achieve?
I tried. He didn't really. He spoke in a way that was grandiose about his past.
Oh, like what?
Had a lot of wild celebrity stories about having sex with various celebrities. He had, this theater background. And
I believe all that.
I believe all that too. Yeah. And then, the gay bars and how the leather culture was such a big part of his life. He always said, he was like, I always told people use protection. So
he was good about that.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He knew about the AIDS, and he warned people about it. And he claims that he tried to stop Freddie Mercury from getting AIDS, but he didn't listen. He didn't listen.
I got to get to the more deeper into these stories.
Yeah,
And did he grow up in New York City? Do we know?
Yes, he grew up in Harlem.
In the same complex?
Maybe
this
he
may have been
didn't
his home since birth.
articulate that, but he grew up and his mother got sick. His father, he didn't know. He was a vagrant or like a scoundrel of some sort, he claims. And then his mother got sick, and he moved back in with her. And then she passed, and he's burdened with all her wares. That's what all the stuff is in his home.
I don't see any of her stuff in there.
Right. There are some of her things. Yeah. So he's got antiques and crystals in there.
Oh, that's
too many of them.
Why doesn't he sell some of that? That would take.
Well, he needs some help. That's what he wants. Some of these people to come over, and they can move in. They can live rent free. They can fuck them. And they all they got to do is maybe help them, like, carry some of that stuff.
What do we got going on here with the Barbies? Let's look a little more.
This is just the other end of the hallway there. Yeah.
Okay. We're back where we started from.
Right. We're in his room there. But if you go back out to the living quarters,
maybe we could set up like an eBay store for him. If for goodness sakes, we can set up the app for the Instagram. We can certainly.
I just want to show you where you'll be sitting when you do the interview.
There at the dinner kitchen table.
I'm trying to get a good view of it. Maybe. Go to like the part where we pass through the living room.
I'm not good at. I'm gonna have to bring somebody with me to video. I can't do it. Look at all those cakes.
Okay, so to the right, yes, that's all a bunch of cakes.
What's that all about?
I believe it's some hoarding activity, right?
But it looks like somebody brought them to him. Does he go out and buy a cake?
He might just go buy the cakes.
Where's he get the money? Okay, keep going. What are you gonna show me?
So to the right, we cut to it. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's actually like in here, the part where we were.
Should I pull up the interview that you did?
Yeah, if you want, and find a good spot where it shows the confines of where we had to discuss things, if you will.
Home here now.
Because this is where you'll be sitting most likely.
It's called the Wager House. What's it called?
It's called the Wagner Housing Projects.
House.
Yes, in
East Harlem. So it's the east side.
So once we go in here, we sit down.
Such a genius. It's great.
Scroll a little to like the part where poor Paul, who is Paul Brazil, by the way, great filmmaker, is the man who helped us with this.
Is he out here or is he in New York?
He is in New York.
Can he help me?
I think that Tom mentioned that he might be able to. And so he had to set up a camera. Everyone was bitching like, what about the rule of whatever? What's that rule where the people have to be on the same side or whatever?
Oh, they're crossing the line?
Yep,
Yeah.
crossing the line.
Who
But
cares?
the poor guy, this is exactly it right here. So this is the confines of which we were sitting.
Yeah, if you don't have two cameras anyway. who
Well, we
cares?
did have two cameras, but you couldn't
Oh, well.
possibly set it up to have that vantage point, unfortunately. We literally
You're
set
bringing
up...
him merch?
Yes, we brought him some gifts.
Was he impressed by
that
all
he
that?
inspired. No.
He didn't like that.
Look at, he'll roll his eyes here.
Oh.
He is not impressed by the merch, no, but he was impressed by the ladder of
What's
the gifts.
all those posters all over everything? This looks like some sort of... It's so interesting where he's living. Is it just the videos picking it up, making it interesting? Like I'm going to get grossed out when I'm actually there?
You'll be a little, unless you have a strong... I mean, do you go to hoarders' homes often? Are you like
I've
one of
been in
like,
plenty
with
of
the
hoarding.
Matt Paxton gentlemen?
I haven't gone out with Matt, but I've been exposed to lots of hoarding.
Okay, so I mean, I
Lots of
think this will be pretty run of the mill
Yeah.
in terms of that. You know,
Yeah.
it's not going to smell like a fucking...
I think I'm going to feel even worse for him than I do already.
It's not going to smell like the fucking Taj Mahal in there. You know what I mean? But it's going to be...
Is it going to smell like something I don't want to smell?
What do you not want to smell?
Subway bathroom.
It might be like the subway
Close.
bathroom.
Okay. Is there like incontinence of... Well, he's drinking the urine. So.
Well, he also... I did mention the smell at length at one point on your mom's house, and he did express to me that he was very upset that I felt that way.
Disappointed in you?
Well, not...
Does he watch your mom's house?
He gets wind of things. I don't know.
Oh my God.
So, but he was upset that I felt that way about being in his home, and he was like, I'm sorry, the sink was backed up and blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Okay, whatever.
But so,
Advice you have for me?
to go visit him?
Yeah.
Just go in with an open heart. I said this to Paul Brazil. I said, we're going in here. We have to act like we're Oprah interviewing fucking Barack Obama right now. We're going in the White House. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then he got that, and we went in and just treated him like he was fucking Queen Elizabeth, and then he was perfectly kind and sweet and all of that. So that would be my tip. But yeah, you're gonna come out and you're gonna feel worse. You're gonna want to help him more.
Yeah,
like that,
I
so-
know that's going to happen.
And we did give him things to help him, by the way.
Like
and,
what?
I believe Tom is continuing to do those things. We gave him a new phone.
Nice.
We gave him a laptop.
Oh,
Gave him some cash. So
do I have to come preloaded with...
I don't think you
With,
have to go preloaded, but you might need some. I mean, he doesn't trust you yet. I don't know how he trusted me or how I got that. I think I just have
How about the camera guy you trust, though, right?
maybe I brought him, so it was kind of like he's with me sort of thing. He was fine too, but he
Well, maybe...
remember him.
Well, why
We
don't
had
we...
very little interaction.
Why don't we try to get him on the phone right now?
Okay.
And you can be my conduit
Yes.
to RCP and making peace and love and whatever.
Yes. First, I'll see. Well, we'll pull it up here and see if he even picks up the phone.
And can we hang a second? Can we get this in the mics and... Yes? How?
You're just gonna put the phone up to the microphone so you guys can both hear.
You'll
But he
hear
won't hear us, though.
He'll hear. He'll
Yeah,
hear. I'll
I'll
put it on
speaker.
You do
speaker.
speaker. Okay.
It's actually worked better than.
Why don't you first do it off speaker so he feels like he's not being... You're
Well,
on
I mean, he
speaker.
won't know.
All right.
Just don't say anything.
Right.
Hello?
Hey, Robert, how are you?
Okay.
This is Josh. I don't know if you kept my phone number.
I have it here, yeah.
Awesome. I wanted to see how you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, just okay. That's good though.
I'm doing fine.
That's good. I wanted to see. I'm friends with Dr. Drew, and he wanted to see if you wanted to talk to him. I know you had some bad feelings in the past, but I think that there was a misunderstanding. I don't think that you heard the right information.
Okay, no problem.
Do you want to talk to him?
If you want to.
Awesome. I'm going to pass the phone over to him, okay? And he's going to say hello.
Okay.
Hey, Robert.
Hello?
Hey, it's Drew.
Speaking?
Hey, it's Drew.
Yeah, I'm just speaking here, just to relax at home, that's all.
Okay. Listen, I apologize if whatever I was saying came off the wrong way or hurt you or people said that I was being attacking or whatever. I did not mean it that way at all. I'm actually really intrigued by...
Okay. I sometimes have my bad days, but maybe I took it the wrong way. Could have been me too.
Well, I saw some of the posts that they were putting up, so I totally understand. And so it's I mean it. Peace and love is all I've got. And I was watching the video that Josh did on you. I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued by your life.
I try to be honest with a life. Since, like I said, now if I can't get what I want in life, I make that's what I have now. So that's what I'm doing.
Did you grow up in that same unit, or did you grow up somewhere else?
I didn't grow up in. I grew up in Manhattan.
In whereabouts?
Not here.
Not in Harlem.
Not in Harlem. My mother. I grew up actually. My mother. Well, she worked as a nurse. My father was the restaurant. I actually I was in my Park Avenue among the people with money, you know, like the hotels, suites, and everything like that.
Yeah, I get it. So you were sort of closer to Midtown?
Yeah.
And you were, Josh was telling me, you were in the whole leather scene back when it was like dangerous, like when there was HIV and stuff, and you were trying to help people. I'm totally fascinated by that. When was that?
Well, those days, they had sex, but they had safe sex. It wasn't like the sex they got sick. We were careful. We were just whippings and that. Basically, it was it. And
then in recent years, it seems like you've gotten into more. Was it sort of domination stuff? Is that what we call this, or has it always been that way?
No, I got. See, that person when I go, I always like the power. I get tired of always having power. I want to have power over me, and it's kind of weird. Even when I go to Coney Island, I kind of like to be a little more subjective, to be, I'm kind of going to put it. It's good to be powerful, but when you're powerful and lonely, it's not good, okay?
Yes, I understand. And that's what, I said something like that. I think that's what got our relationship off on the wrong foot. I was like, ooh, it made me feel sad for you. So I get exactly what you're saying. The other thing that Josh brought up to me was that you sometimes ingest urine, and that was and that you said that was part of the bar scene. That was new information to me. I've never heard that.
Well, that's how they initiated people. In the bar days, you had to do, well, I'm looking, it was a murder, but you had to do crazy things. I would rather do that than they had dope biscuits. I didn't want to eat that, so I take the urine and a dope biscuits. So they had that. That was, I'd rather do that. Okay, that's what I chose.
I got it. But you're still doing it.
I do now. For my uncles, they did it in the Western days, and I got it for history. Did it in the Western days when they got sick. I don't know. I got it for an old book. Long story.
Wait, try that again. I'm not sure I got it. Did you get that, Josh?
I got it from the Western days. They did it years ago on the deserts when it was dry. So I don't do too much no more. But I do it now and then. When I want to drink, I don't want to drink water. So
for health, it's like almost for health reasons.
Yeah.
Okay. Now my last question is, I would love to come visit you sometime. I'm in New York like every 6 weeks or something. Is that something you'd be up for? Okay, that'd be cool. And Josh will not be with me because he's there the week before I get there or something. We just miss each other. Or we can wait. Are you there in December or anything?
I could go.
Okay, so we'll either line it up together or I'll come by myself. I'll give you fair warning, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'm going to give you back to Josh now.
Okay.
Thanks, Robert.
Okay, take care.
All right, have a good one, man. Thanks for picking up.
Okay.
Mission accomplished. I noticed you treat him like he's very fragile.
I don't know what it was. Somebody pointed that out the first time I called him.
That you're treating him that way?
Yeah, and I was like, well, I mean, I don't know what I didn't know what I was dealing with at the time. And I feel like when you go into these things and you're breaching these situations, you should try and be fragile about it, at least so they're at least
so you don't get killed. All right, let's I feel like I'm special.
That was wild. I mean, you got him, and he was quite lucid.
Yeah.
And he always is. And that's one thing that I think is a misconception about him too, is that he's not that way. I mean, he had some difficulties. He was audibly nervous speaking.
Yeah. When I sit down, I'm going to do more of a mental health evaluation.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to talk. We're going to figure out what his disability is and why he doesn't work, and I'm sure there's something, and I'm sure it's legitimate, and I'm sure it's not fun, whatever it is he's contending with. But the other thing is make sure he's getting adequate care for it. Nobody's getting care for their mental illnesses anymore. It just makes me nuts. All right, so let's switch gears for the remainder of the show, even though I feel like taking a nap now and a shower. Let's see. Let's start with some voice messages, shall we? Let's do a little voice message.
Hi, Dr. Drew and /or guest person.
RPC2.
My name's Nathan, and I noticed that my laugh randomly changes. Sometimes it's like this, like this wheezing. Other times it's like a Tom Segura, kind of more of like a husky, kind of like a rumble.
Husky Tom laugh.
I noticed everybody else's laugh is pretty consistent. So I was wondering maybe if you knew what caused that. Thank you. I love the show. I've seen almost every episode.
What was his name? Brad? No, it's this one I'm looking at. What's his name? Do you say?
Nathan.
I'm not aware of that it means anything. It's just you. It's like saying, why does my handwriting look the way it does? It's just a personal quirk. And
this guy probably saw the Joker and is just paranoid now. He's like, am I fucked up?
Maybe that's interesting. But if it's like a tick or something, like something you really can't control, that's a little different. But
what if he doesn't feel like natural in his laugh? You know what I mean? Like he's changing it up because he can't find one that he's like, maybe that wasn't real.
Well, right. Maybe he's not genuine in some of these laughs. And when he really laughs, he's more comfortable, and it sounds more like a laugh he's familiar with. When he's pushing it, it gets high pitched or something.
Yeah,
it's something like
That's
that.
wild.
But whatever, it's him, and we celebrate you, sir. That's not a problem. What else you got? Give me another one.
Hey, Dr. Drew, it's Julia. So here's my thing. I'm not sure if it's anything that is medical, so I felt like I might just want to ask you here just to see. But I'm a younger female, and I'm very much so attracted to men that are double, triple my age, which is concerning and also hard for me to find relationships because older men aren't really interested in women super young, kind of like me. Don't know what I'm supposed to do about that, or why I'm like that.
So Julia, here's the thing. I see a lot of that these days.
Yeah, me too.
A lot, and it's not just the women with the older males. It's the younger males with the older women too.
Really, you see that?
It has a totally different flavor to it. The young males are just more sort of opportunistic and exploitative of somebody that they think is be interesting and fun. The women really get infatuated with the older guys. And I have no idea what this is. It's something unique to the moment. And what concerns me for her is not the preoccupation. It's the guy that would respond to her. The dude that would go with the 19-year-old, if he's 3 times my age, going with the 19-year-old, that dude is not okay.
You can't just be a rich guy who wants to have some fun?
To have fun, but she's like, I want to have a relationship.
Oh, well, that's wild, actually. Well,
that's what worries me. And if she can moderate it to like a 35 or a 40-year-old, she'll be doing okay.
Women like this keep my father in business.
What's he doing?
By the way,
what does he do?
Meaning getting laid. He's now he's married. He just got remarried to a woman who's I guess in her late 30s, and he's.
You're leaving a lot out of this story. What's going on here?
Well, he just always got some young puss when he was single.
Why was he single?
Because he divorced my mom.
How old was he when that happened?
50 something.
Did he enjoy all that? Did you feel bad about it?
Do I enjoy
Did
that?
he?
Did he? I mean, I'm sure he felt kind of bad, but then he was like, I'm going to drown my sorrows in some young vagina.
Your mom broke it off?
I think because he was philandering or what have you.
Already?
Yeah.
Maybe we got to bring your dad in here, do a little home visit with him.
Oh my God, my dad, that would be wild. Whoa. That would be wild.
Oh, explains a lot.
He moved here from Egypt, so yeah, I think he's just sowing his wild oats in his old age.
What's he do for a living?
He ran restaurants and stuff his whole life, so there's some waitresses and shit around. That's how he met my mom too.
Hey, well, good times.
Yeah.
So, voice messages.
Hey, Dr. Drew, this is Isaiah from Denver. Just a quick question. I'm a 26-year-old alcoholic. I have 2 kids and a wife. I'm a family man, sort of.
Sort of.
I wanted to know why alcoholics and addicts are so fearful. The fear of being completely 100% sober is so scary. The anxiety.
Yeah.
The thought of just being sober is so scary.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of addicts and alcoholics like me know that being sober would be the best thing, would probably make our lives perfectly, no doubt. But the fear of being sober is so scary.
Yeah.
Why is the fear of being sober so scary?
It could be something unique to you. There could be some special fears, but here's generally what happens. The idea of never drinking again is overwhelming. Like, I can't do that. How's that possible? Too scary. Which is why we say one day at a time. So today you're sober. You just focus on today, not, oh my God, I got to maintain this forever. You will or you won't. Today you're sober. That's how you manage some of that anxiety. The other piece is, and this is the part you have to be really honest with yourself about, is that you love alcohol as much as you love your children. And it's like saying, well, it could do without one of your kids or something. That's the biology of alcoholism and addiction. It's triggering those same mechanisms that we associate with love of a person. And when it gets out of control is where you start loving the alcohol more than everybody else. And that's really what starts to happen when things fall apart. That's when you lose your marriage and your job and everything else because you love the alcohol more than these other things are important to you. So before that happens, maybe we start looking at one day at a time. How about that? What about that?
Is there ever anxiety in the boredom that you're facing? Like,
it's a great point that alcoholics feel a lot of boredom if they're not being stimulated, and in boredom they get depressed, and so there's fear of the depression.
I see.
Yeah, so some of that too. Good questions, everybody, and good insight, Josh.
Thank you. Because I'm not like addicted to alcohol by any means. But if you told me like there's no more beer in the world, I'd be like, well, that's a bummer. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't be.
But what if you had to impose the no more beer ever again in your life on yourself?
Yeah, I would be bummed out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. But you might be bummed out if there are no more chicken wings too.
Oh, of course.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
One more.
Hi, Dr. Drew. Big fan of the show, and Tom and Christina. I'm 27, and I'm about to start taking finasteride 1 milligram and the what's called the minoxidil 5%. I had it prescribed by my doctor, and they said there was no problem. I just have like lightly thinning hair, nothing bad. But I was wondering what your thoughts were on the long-term effects of those drugs, just your general health. I mean, I'm a pretty active guy. I work out a lot.
Yes.
And and try to stay in shape. So I'm wondering if it's going to have a problem with my testosterone, because I know it works through some kind of channel that way.
Right.
My doctor said it was good for your prostate, avoiding
That's
prostate
true.
cancer.
Maybe.
I thought maybe you'd have more insight about that, because I know you suffer with prostate cancer yourself.
Right.
So
right.
any thoughts you could give me would be great. Thanks.
Okay.
Love the show.
So it does block testosterone, and so there is some evidence that it may help reduce the risk of prostate cancer, though that's not conclusive. Though some people are suggesting that is true. The minoxidil is the topical lotion that will grow hair in about at least 30% of the cases. You might want to try that first before you try the medication. The medication, it's a 1 milligram pill you take every day, and it's very effective. It will work, but it is associated with a drop in libido. Again, you don't necessarily have a drop in libido, but you often do. And sometimes that persists even after you stop the medicine. That's what concerns me about
this. This is for hair growth.
Hair loss, yeah, to try to keep you from losing for the hair.
Should I get on that fucking cream shit or what?
The Rogaine?
I don't know.
Rogaine. I don't know why not. There's no reason not to if you're losing hair.
What if you already lost it?
It doesn't bring it back very well.
Fuck.
Yeah, but it slows it down, whatever.
You know what's a real bunch of bullshit, I feel like, is that those surgeries.
Why?
Do they work?
Yeah.
The guy that maybe I just went to a bad one, but he was showing me some befores and afters. And the afters, I was paying, like 15 grand for this thing. And I was like, there's no fucking way I'm going to pay 15 grand for this bullshit.
Was it the plugs?
It looked weird.
Yeah.
It just looked, it's like you did something, but nothing. It didn't look like for real,
Yeah, most of them
you're showing some fucking good ones. I mean, of course they're not going to have the bad ones. They're going to scrub Google all that shit.
Right. But maybe you can find people there's various stuff out there. Most of it is pretty good. I
got to get that fucking Urlacher shit. Do you see that guy? Brian Urlacher? He was completely bald, and then he got a Monday night television gig or a television gig of some sort, and he fucking had hair, like as if no one would notice.
Well, maybe
that's Jason Witten that did the Monday Night Football one, but check out Urlacher's before and after.
Yeah. But maybe he got something put on there. Like there's stuff they can weave in and stuff.
Check it. You know who's egregious is Jason Witten. That's the guy that's fucking wild. He's got it's like, dude, we know you were bald. It's crazy that you have that much hair all of a sudden. Just be bald on TV. Who gives a shit?
There he is.
Like, look at that shit.
Find out what they did.
That looks great, though, right? Like, if you didn't know he was bald, if he wasn't on TV for 20 years bald,
I
we
think
wouldn't
that's
know.
one of those fancy weave type things. I do. I suspect. Well, let's find out.
All right.
Look it up, guys. All right. Speaking of trying it out, I feel like we did a good job with RPC today.
That was wild. I'm glad you got to speak to him.
Yeah, that was good times. Thank you for that introduction.
No problem. I'm glad we smoothed it over.
Well, and I hope we can. I hope we could do it together. But you
I would
December.
I'll be between the end of November and the beginning of January. I'm not on the road at all, so I can make a trip to New York. I believe.
Let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
Well, Josh, what's coming up other than international travel?
I'm gonna be in between Tom gigs. I have a gig November 23rd at Baltimore at the Famous, where Sickler goes all the time. So those tickets are for sale on my Twitter and on my Instagram.
Great.
Yeah.
For me, go to drdrew.com. Keep an eye out for this weekly live show we're doing. It's sort of a Loveline live show. Do it out of my house with cameras and lots of great questions coming out of there. We're doing one again like every Sunday, I think we're doing them. But just keep an eye out for them. And also the other family of pods there, the You Live podcast, This Life, also the AM 790 show here in Los Angeles, Midday Live. And check out the website. We appreciate you going there. Josh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you all next time. All conversations and information exchanged during participation in the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.